What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Toshi today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Day by day, Toshi's looking more convincing that it has found its low. There's so many things going on here, man. Let's talk about it. You literally tipped, and not financial advice, not a financial advisor. This isn't a guarantee every single time you see this, but if you tip a prior tip, if you touch tips like that, that tends to be a really bullish thing, all right? I know a lot of guys out there are afraid of touching tips, but I'm telling you, it's really not that bad. You guys, when you touch tips, it's actually a pretty good thing most of the time, right? I'm talking about charts. Get your minds out of the gutter. We're at 3061 right now, okay? Looking at the daily RSI, you've gone lower here. You've got a lower low in the RSI with higher lows in the price. Hidden bullish divergence, looking good. You're also right below that area, right, where you broke out of this ascending trend line. Typically, when you see that, people panic, they capitulate. They're like, oh, it broke out of its uptrend, it's dead now. But it didn't break out of its uptrend. An uptrend is defined as lows, highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. You haven't broken out of your uptrend. You see it's still. So now what are you going to do? You just formed a higher low, you're going to form a higher high. That's what's going to happen, probably. And looking at the daily RSI, you cooled way the hell off, man. I think you're prepped and ready for that for sure. If we're looking at this at the, maybe is it this one? Is it the high to low here? No, I think it was the other one. Let's see. Or was it this one that I was doing? Hold on, high to low here. Yeah, so the 1618 down to the 886, very bullish endeavor, very, very bullish endeavor indeed. Likely you do continue up. Your next target area would be, at a minimum, something between 0012 to 002 itself at a maximum, right? You could see these target areas by the end of the month. By the end of the month of June, if not very early July, you can see these target areas. Of course, we're going to go higher. Of course, we're going to go higher. But we'll see new all-time highs by the end of the month, or by the end of July, by the end of this move, I should say. Very much anticipating that. But I think this is your next target area. If we're looking at this here, just in comparison to what I think a lot of coins are going to do, I could see you stopping at 2012, 2013. Sure, I could see that by the end of the month of June. You could get higher than that. You could see 2017 as well. I think any and all of these targets are very appropriate. Yeah, I don't know which one I feel the most confident about. So in moments like that, I always take the middle. 0018. You'll probably go just above the 2272 if you find resistance right. You never find, not never. You typically don't find resistance right at it or below it. You find resistance just above it. So I would think 0018 is probably where you're going to go, and that would result from here, from the current price, about 200% in growth. So that's not bad. Finding support at the 886 is a good thing. Definitely a good thing here. Let's see, what about this from a low to a high? Low to a high here. You went below the 382 in such a way, I mean, you grinded it out here. You went below, you reached for the 0.5 and you just couldn't get there. I think you're not respecting this fib, right? You didn't really respect the 236. You kind of respected the 382, but you're not performing. You're rather unorthodox in this performance here, but you are respecting the price action. So with that in mind, and let's just see here. Let's go on MEXC with something with more historical data. What did you do for your top here? Did you respect the price action as well there? Kind of. That prior area of support right here in your little shelf. Kind of. With that in mind, maybe you do stop right there at the 2272. I'm a little bit more inclined to believe that you do, because if you go just above the 2272, you could stop right here at this wick. You could stop right here at this wick. Maybe you go up to the 2618, something like that. So I'm confident, more confident now than I was a second ago, that you probably don't stop at 0012 to 13. You probably stop at 00176 or higher, right? Something between there. I do think you're going to see like a 200% or 300% growth between now and the end of the month. It's going to be good, man. If not the end of the month, the first week of July. Going into the end of July, you should be growing higher. Middle July, end of July, whatever it is, you should be seeing higher prices. We're thinking what? I think it's between 1 cent and about half a cent, 0045. I like that 007 area personally, and that's right here with the 3618 and the 3786, something in that area. That should be about a 10 to a 12x from here. I think that makes sense to me by the end of this move in total. But I think that over the coming weeks, you're going to move up at a very good pace. And probably by the end of the month, if you're not at new all-time highs, you will at least be around that area, right? You should at least, I think, be above this this daily closing high here. So you're looking good. Yeah, your next phase, I mean, if it makes sense, moved up a little bit after your downtrend, figuring yourself out, moved up more because now you're confident, right? Now we're very confident. I can't wait to see what happens. You're probably going to get the biggest move so far that you've seen since April 7th. Toshi, loading up the truck, man. Definitely loading up the truck. Looking good. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame. We'll zoom out from there, and then we will end the video. Volumes coming in as you're moving up. We love to see it. volume's coming in as you're moving down, but you're getting higher lows, we love to see it, man. If volume's coming in, but you're getting lower highs, that's a bad thing. If volume's coming in and you're getting higher lows, that's actually a good thing. So not worried about that. The 1 hour RSI is immaculate, bullish as hell. Rejected the overboughts on here, so you probably come down. You probably do. You're at 3061 right now. You probably come back down to about 3058. You might go just below 306, right? Maybe you do the exact same thing that you did before where you have this ascending trend line, you break below it, and then right as soon as you break below it, that's whenever you rip up. Let's see what would be just below this trend line here if we took a low on the fibs to a high here. Am I at the right place? Low to a high. I mean, the 382 is right there. So I would say at the lowest, I think, yeah, sure, 3055, 3057, because sometimes you do wick below there. That might be where you go. At the least, I think 306 is where you're going to go. You're at 3061 now, so nothing too crazy, but just a little bit lower. That's what I'm picking up on the 1 hour time frame. Overall, I think you want to continue. This is absurdly bullish stuff here. 4 hour time frame, also very bullish. Loving it, looking good. Barely got oversold, deep into the overboughts. Not like super deep, but nice into the overboughts in here. Broke out of your consolidation phase down here. You broke out of that area of resistance right there. Had a nice little breakout. Volume to back it up and everything. Looking at this here from a high to a low. Right above the 382. Yeah, super common. Super common. You're up here, 382. Back down here. You know, a lot of cryptos, I feel like when I started this channel, I would always say you go to the 382 to the 236 and then the golden ratio. I would say that all the time. But I've noticed over the last year, a lot of cryptos have, and especially this year, 2025, a lot of cryptos have not gone to their 236. They'll find support just above it. And wouldn't that make sense to find support right at prior resistance there? Just below 306, which we've already deduced that as a possible target area based off of this relative fib from the low to high. So it makes a lot of sense. You probably backtest these highs as support. You might not even touch 3058. Maybe you do really stop at 306 right there, but something in that same exact area, just deducing it from price, it makes a lot of sense to me. I don't think you go to the 236, but I'd like to extend, I forget what the lowest target I've given so far is, but I'd like to extend it down to 3056. If you go to 3056, you're fine. If you wick below there, you're fine. Don't close any days below there. That would be scary. Don't do that, okay? Just hold that 236 or stay above it, get a higher low, whatever, and then continue to move. Ultimately, I would expect that over the coming days, probably by the end of this week, Toshi, you'll be back at 307 to 3079, somewhere in that area, right? Over the coming days, by the end of this week. And then maybe over the weekend, oh man, at the rate I have it drawn, that'd actually be by like Thursday. Yeah, and then maybe over the weekend you consolidate, something like that, and then you come back up, and then you start ripping up next week. Yeah, something like that makes sense to me. That's probably, I don't want to pretend that I'm psychic here, but let's just pretend. I think I'm going to nail that on the dot there, man. Thursday, maybe late Wednesday, one of those days, I bet you're at 3074 to 3078. And then going into the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you'll be correcting. And then on Monday or Sunday, you'll start to move up. And next week, you should be breaking out to new relative highs here, I would think. Yeah. Cool. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Right? Is that new relative highs or new all-time highs? Do I have it? Okay, yeah, I was like, that can't be new all-time highs. I was about to have to check myself. Yeah, new relative highs, but not new all-time highs by the end of next week. I think so, yeah. You'll get rid of a zero by the end of next week, so that's awesome, man. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's nice to see Toshi doing some good stuff, right? It's been boring since May 12th. It's about a month later. A good month of consolidation. That's not bad, man. And what's your market cap like right now? Let's see, Toshi. Come on now, Toshi. 253 million, 26 million in volume. That's awesome. That's perfect. Yeah. A lot of room to grow. A lot of room to go. Somebody was trying to tell me this isn't a meme by Matt Fury. This is a meme by Coinbase. It's like, okay, well, whatever. It can be a meme by Coinbase. I don't care. It doesn't have to be a meme. There's plenty of memes that are not made by Matt Fury that are successful, right? And this one I think is going to be one of them. The fact that it's made by Coinbase, the second biggest exchange. I don't know. Is it made by Coinbase? I actually don't even know. Who made Toshi? Because maybe they're just talking smack and they don't even know. Because I don't know. I feel like I did know, but I can't. Yeah, Base blockchain. Okay, I did know that actually. Coinbase co-founder Brian Armstrong's cat and Bitcoin's pseudonymous. That's right. Toshi Nakamoto. Yes. Okay. So it's a meme off of Brian's cat and Satoshi, and the second biggest exchange is essentially backing it. Not backing it, but probably. I bet this thing will do well, man. I bet this thing will do really well. I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, all right?